Ang paliwanag natin dyan ay makita nila yung long term noon. Kasi ang bigas, mabubusog ka ngayon, pero magugutom ka pa rin uli. Ang problema, yung sitwasyon natin sa Pilipinas, issue ng system eh. Hindi lang issue ng panandali ang tutugon sa pangailangan eh. Hindi na institutionalize yung ganyang mga pagtulong. Kaya paulit-ulit lang, nakadepende sa personality. Pag itong politiko na to, generous, itong politiko na to, mapagbigay, busog sila. Pero kapag itong politiko na to, sabi sa Ilocano, makirmet, kuripot ba, pigil, sasabihin, gutom yan. Kaya nagtatanong ko, kahit sa katulong namin, tinatanong ko, ba't mo siya boboto? Nakatulong sa akin eh. Yun ang problema natin.
The past year, sabi ni Bishop, the church is or must be political. It's biblically based.
Yes.
At the same time, sabi naman ni Pastor Eric, lumalabas, it's the system has institutionalized some evil things. Pero here comes Pastor Jay.
Na napagod na kakanood ng
And
mga
he
ganyan.
wants to engage in partisan. Tama pa yun, Bishop, no? Partisan.
Hindi ako pipigilan ni Bishop dahil magkakilala kami nito eh. For the past 30 years, alam niyo, doon sa pinag-uusapan natin yung church and state eh. Yung sinasabi secular and sacred eh. Wala naman yun eh. Ang problema, the question is, are we a Christian country or a democratic country? Kasi yun ang magiging parang basis eh. For example, Alexis de Tocqueville, a French statesman noong 1831, he was asked, what is the greatness and secret of America? At sabi niya, I sought the greatness and genius of America in their harbor, in their commerce. But sabi niya, I did not saw it there.
Sorry to cut you, Pastor Jay, pero just to be direct to the point, bakit mo gusto ngayon sumali sa politika?
Hindi, yun nga yung gusto kong maging basis eh. Yung Christian, sinasabi nating Christian, na dapat meron siyang tamang pananaw kasi the point here is the righteousness eh. Ano ba yung righteousness? It is the righteousness of the people, of the righteousness of Christ na pinipreach ng gospel, right? Ibig sabihin, the secret is the righteousness of the people.
So answering your question, Pastor Jay, ibig sabihin sa tingin mo, we are a democratic country and not a Christian country?
Ako masasagot ko, we are a democratic country, but we are not a Christian country. We are, sorry for the term, we are a Catholic country.
Siguro ang
Straight.
gusto kong sabihin, maraming Pilipino, Kristiyano sa salita, hindi sa gawa. Kristiyano sa nguso, hindi sa puso. Okay? Maraming nominal Christians. Yun ang problema. We are very religious but not righteous. Yun ang problema ng ating
Ako meron
bansa.
akong mahiwagang tanong, Pastor Jay, no? We have seen a lot of pastors, bishops who also ran for positions as they want to get involved politically, mandated by the leading of the Holy Spirit or calling of the Lord. Kailan ka nakatanggap ng calling mo to run for office as to compare to shepherding a church?
4 years ago, ako yung nagkasakit. So, at terminal, kaya pansin niyo yung mata ko, no? Toxic epidermal necrosis. 1 month ako sa ICU sa World City. And ako talagang 12% eh. Mamamatay na ako. Then miraculously, I survived after 1 month. And during that 1 month in the hospital, it's a personal for me. Meron akong mga dreams, vision, na hindi ko alam kung ano yung eksakto, no? Kasi nasa panaginip eh. And after I recovered, hindi na ako tumanggap ng church assignment. Then parang sick leave, pero dinaretso ko na. Then na-involve ako sa politics in terms na consultant ako sa Congress for 15 years. So, tas mga kilala ko, I'm from Marikina. Mga kaibigan ko kakilala ko na sa politics. So, by the way, isa ako sa ang lolo ko, father, ang tawag dito, great-great-grandfather is Senator Francisco Inahe. Exact 100 years ago, he is the majority floor leader in Senate ni Senate President Quezon. He was the senator 1919-1922 and 1922-1925. Hindi ko alam. Sabi nga ni Sir, dapat sa Tacloban ako tatakbo eh.
Hindi.
Pero nasa Marikina ako.
Pero tanong kita, Pastor Jay, naniniwala ka ba na there will be electoral fraud this coming elections?
Possible.
Possible.
Hindi lang natin masabi because this is electronic. Computer eh. Para tayong Smartmatic ulit eh. Ngayon, bago na naman. So, wala na Smartmatic, bago.
So,
ano ba to? Mas na level up or same pa rin?
So, given that possibility, Pastor Jay, you still would want to join
Yes.
politics knowing that there is that possibility na magkakaroon ng dayaan?
I'll quote Abraham Lincoln. I'm not bound to win, but I'm bound to be true. I'm with you if you're right, but I will separate from you. But if you're sa mali na. Kaya yun sinasabi ko, hindi naman para manalo, parang sina-advise natin sa mga anak natin, di ba? Sali ka sa sports, hindi para manalo, para
Okay.
mag-participate. So, I'm participating
Tumatakbo
in the...
ka, not to win, but tumatakbo ka to make a statement.
Yes.
To make a statement.
Kasi...
Making a statement does not guarantee a win in the election. Lahat ng panalangin ng taong bayan is, Lord, bigyan niyo kami ng tamang taong mamumuno. Di ba? That's always our prayer. That we will have a righteous leader because when we have a godly man running whichever LGU, agency, or country, we know that we are directed properly by the Holy Book. Di ba? Yun yun. Kaya lang, ito yung magandang tanong in terms of you're running for election. Di ba? Makinarya kasi usapan sa election. Do you agree?
Yes.
So, marami tayong kilala na napakabait na tao. Kilala natin that righteous talaga. Pero the chances are very slim in winning because they don't have the national scale of machinery. What made you really confident in your running that you're gonna either make a statement? Ano bang makinarya?
Specific sa Marikina na lumipat yung aming mayor na magko-congressman. So sabi nung kalaban, wala akong kalaban. So sure win. Lumaban ako. Kapitbahay ko siya eh. Kilala ko siya eh. So nilabanan ko siya. So ibig sabihin, kahit wala tayong makinarya, alam naman ng tao eh. That's why I'm very now parang supporter ni Bico, ni Mayor Magalong, o nung mga nasa good advocacy good governance advocacy. May isang napakagandang example, pastor siya sa Montalban, tumakbo ng vice mayor. Walang makinarya, walang nakakilala. Talagang big political part sa Montalban. Ang kalaban niya, siyang nanalo. Now, first term lang, tapos second term, hindi siya nanalo as vice mayor. Now, he is running for mayor.
So,
Ang kalaban.
so it can happen na somebody from the church,
Yes.
let's say yung the priest in Pampanga, 10
Yes,
years
yes.
ago, not the running priest, Father Panlilio,
Father Panlilio.
managed to beat a political dynasty,
Yes.
pero gaya ng sinabi ni Pastor Jay, one term lang. Tanong ko
Hindi naman
si
siguro.
tanong ko si Pastor Eric, what does it take for the church? Of course, we want the clergy or somebody who is, a firm believer of our Almighty God to be part of this system. But how can we or you help out, let's say, the voters? Gaya nga sabi ni Bishop F, voters education, help them win.
Kailangan kasi una baguhin yung pananaw yung parang pinamili siya, ito bang paglilingkod sa Diyos sa simbahan. Samantalang sa pamahalaan, paglilingkod din sa Panginoon yun. 3 beses binanggit sa Romans 13 na binanggit ni Bishop na submit to the government na tinawag ang mga taong sa gobyerno na servants of God, ministers of God. So, paglilingkod din yun. Ibang arena lang. Ngayon, kinakailangan nga mabago yung ganung pananaw ng church na wala tayo, hands-off tayo dyan sa politika. Kailangan bilang asin ng sanlibutan, tayo yung nakikibahagi. Hindi, non-partisan does not mean non-participation. And so, I agree with Bishop na dapat voters education. Although, maaari may ibang pastor, they see na ang role nila mag-endorse. But I would rather educate the voters na hindi lang yung teach them what to think, but how to think.
Pagdating sa education ba, Pastor, ito parang open to all or is it part of a regular, let's say, church service na ginagawa nyo to sa pang linggo-linggo, weekly, on a very regular basis to the point na teka lang, naintindihan ko na ito. Kasi kung we will just wait for them to, volunteer ako, voters education, some people might not go. But if it is integrated into the service, don't you think that will be better?
Ang naniniwala ko ganito, hindi lang naman pag-election dapat nag-i-speak ang church sa ganito mga issues. We have to train our people to think, like katulad niya, bakit ang religious ang pinaka-biktima ng fake news? Kasi yung maling intindi ng faith na we take everything hook, line, and sinker. Samantalang, a component of faith is knowledge. So kung tuturuan natin ang ating mga tao to think logically, to think biblically, masasala nila itong mga issue na to. We get them thinking, hindi lang pag-eleksyon, kundi talagang makikita nila yung sistema sa lipunan, yung mga issue sa lipunan, they would look at it from a biblical point of view.
So citing Moses, for example, di ba, Bishop, ang instruction sa kanya ni Lord, di ba, choose. Di ba, yung sabi, select from the people, honest, God-fearing men. Di ba yun yung sinabi? So obligasyon talaga natin na bilang utos ng Diyos na pumili ng tamang kandidato. Ang nangyari ngayon, may mga men of God na tinawag din para sila na yung maging tamang liderato. So, hindi na kandidato, kundi liderato. Tama ba yun? How do we support naman kasi katulad yan, bago nyo po sagutin, Bishop, meron tayo mga, they believe they're men of God. They believe. Kaya sabi mo nga, we all can disagree depending on lifestyle. Do you agree? Tama ba? They serve their church. We don't know kung anong body of church sila that they belong to. Some are even in jail. And then in prison. And still running for office. And they represent God. Saan tayo tumatayo doon sa mga taong tumatakbo on a national level? Tapos they represent the Lord, pero may mixed views tayo sa ganyan.
Bago yun, gusto ko lang sabihin, yung Romans 13 very clear that every government institute, every person elected into office is instituted by God. At merong pananagutan that they are there to promote what is good and restrain what is evil. Na ang pananagutan ng sinumang namamahala at pinagkatiwala ang mahalal ng tao ay ang maglingkod para they are actually ministers. Tayo, minister of the gospel. Sila, minister of governance. Minister. Yun ang ginamit na word, minister or servant. They are God's servant, God's minister in the area of governance to protect the people's rights and protect what is good and to punish the wrongdoer. Yun ang pananagutan. Yun ang pananagutan. Ngayon, kung halimbawa, pastor, gusto niya tumakbo, wala akong problema dyan. Tulad ni Pastor Jay, kung gusto niya tumakbo, na ito ay pagkatawag na tinanggap niya. Ngayon, papasok tayo sa isang sistema which is numbers game. And in a numbers game, dapat pag-aralan mo rin na pagpasok mo ba dito, hindi ka naman pwedeng sasabihin, mananalo ako dahil God impressed to me na mananalo ako. So dapat paghandaan din natin na kailangan natin yung makinarya. Kailangan natin yung, siyempre, ngayon, actually sabi ko nga, attorney, ano bang gagawin natin dito? Yung paggastos na lamang. Merong limit in terms of campaign spending. Di ba? 3 pesos per voter. Pagka national ka, 5 pesos. Magkano na ang ginagastos ng ibang mga kandidato natin? Yun na lang.
Kasama natin
Kawawa naman. Kawawa naman yung mga walang panggastos. Di ba? Namomonitor ba yung campaign spending na yan? Tapos, ako, sinusuportahan ko si Atty. Respicio. Napapag-usapan na rin tungkol sa...
Nagpunta po si Atty. Respicio dito sa ating show.
Ayun, hindi ko napanood. Pero ako, sinusuportahan ko siya na, pwede ba, wag mong i-connect sa internet during yung vote counting machine. I-connect mo na lang pag magta-transmit ka na ng result.
Para secure na secure.
Oo. Kasi kahit nga doon sa Korea, kung saan yung ginagamit nila itong machine na ito, hindi nila i-connect during the counting.
Actual election.
The actual election. Kinoconnect lang nila.
Pagkatapos na.
during mag-transmission.
nabilang.
Kaya
Para sigurado.
pwede kasing ma-control from outside eh. May hacker eh.
May risk.
May risk. Pero yun ay panawagan sa COMELEC. Kung igagaranti ng COMELEC na hindi mahahack